Hey guys, this is Zach here with Crypto Building Blocks. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I know, it's not the best day on the markets, but hey guys, on the bright side, we're not the only ones, right? The stock market is doing really, probably almost, falling faster than we are comparatively. I think they lost $1 trillion over the last week. But guys, I just had an idea, and I've been thinking about, man, all this incredible FUD that's been going around here recently, and not to mention everything else. Let's just focus on the news to do with governments right now, okay, and regulation. So this is by no means representative of all of them, but here we go. This is one from just 7 hours ago. Italian crypto businesses to register under proposed new rules. Okay, so the Italian government is coming out with some regulations for cryptocurrency. Crypto trading in China to stop completely as government freezes international exchanges. They're going to use the Great Firewall of China, and basically no trading in and out of China, only at the Chinese exchanges there. So that's going to put a damper on things as well. That doesn't necessarily have to do with the government, but as far as the exchanges, that is, but it is the Chinese government behind doing that right there. Let's go to the next story here. This is another one talking about regulated government-issued cryptos to challenge Bitcoin in 2018. Oh my goodness, I sure hope not. That would be the worst possible thing, guys. And I'll just take 1 second to stop here and say, if this starts happening on, please, like, I know Venezuela's coming out with the Petro coin, supposedly backed by oil. Stay away from any of that, guys. Governments always do the same thing with their currencies. They inflate them away, and the really scary part is, we think of Bitcoin as being anonymous. Many of us know it's not anonymous. It can be tracked to whoever sent or received those coins. It's all trackable, and if the government comes out with a cryptocurrency, you better believe it's not going to be a Monero, right? They're going to be able to track every single thing that you do and be able to track your every move. How much you're spending, what you're spending it on, who you're doing business with. I mean, everything, where you're going. And guess what, guys? Just like on the little controller here, they can push a button and turn your money off. Hey, you're going against us. You're saying political things that we don't like. Guess what? Boop, push your button. Now you're cut off from the economy. So it's a very scary thing, guys. Blockchain has the power to give us total freedom, and it also has the power to enslave us, okay? So, I mean, we need to do whatever we can to speak out against that, but that's not what the video is about. Moving on here. Governments worry that cryptocurrencies could be the next Swiss bank account, right? And so here's some more FUD from Bloomberg, talking about, oh, the governments are worried that, we're going to be able to use cryptocurrencies to fund illegal activities, and it could be the new Swiss bank account and tax evasion, yada, yada, yada. Guys, they can already track everything we do with these currencies. They're already tracking these exchanges. It's basically, I'm going to get to that, but they have an agenda behind all of this. That is for certain, okay? And so, moving on here, I'm going to try to keep this short. Fighting for Bitcoin. Is cryptocurrency trading a threat to government policies? No. Unfortunately not. We are going to have some form of regulation, I guess, if we ever want to go mainstream, unfortunately, but that's just the way it is. And so, it goes on to say here, the mere fact that Bitcoin is decentralized concerns governments at global scale because only centralized systems can be in full control. Go figure. Really, they want to be in full control? Anyways, guys, you guys can go on to read all of these yourself if you want to. Let's move on here. This is talking about India, right? The guy, it came out, he was misquoted a bit, but the media has a way of taking one thing, like a recent example, and I didn't have that on this list here, but when Korea came out, and I think it was their finance manager came out and said, oh, they were going to regulate or ban cryptocurrencies. I mean, people, the news just took off with it. The panics ensued. There was a market sell-off, and then guess what? Oh no, it wasn't true. Not for the time being, anyways. We just want KYC and all that, right? And so, anyway, I think that's the same thing. Same case for India here. They just want to keep better track of what's going on. And we'll see where that leads, but basically they're just saying we want to control illicit activities. I mean, to me, guys, don't fall for that, right? Okay, because we already have cash money, and if you want to do things nefarious, guess what? You can be even less trackable just by using cash if you wanted to do those things, okay? I guess the example everybody always uses is the Silk Road. But guess what, guys? They could have gotten away around that another way. But anyways, guys, and that's they did use Bitcoin, so yeah, sure, I'll give them that. But guess what, guys? After the Silk Road was shut down, the usage of Bitcoin, it was just a blip, right? It went down, just a blip, and then just kept going up. So no, people are not just using this to hire hitmen and buy drugs and all that kind of thing, okay? So let's keep going here. Like I said, I think I left Korea off the list. There's a lot of other ones we could mention, but I want to keep this short. And this is just a Reddit post, okay? I'm going to skip past this one, okay? Just to save on time. So, interesting. Interview with India's 3 largest exchanges. Cryptocurrency ban rumors are FUD. Go figure, right? Same thing with Korea, right? And I'm going to get to something else here in just a minute, guys. So not only do we have the governments against us, against crypto, but of course we have the banks, big time, right? You got Jamie Dimon, he was coming out calling it a fraud. Now he says it's not a fraud, and they've been working on their own technology. They were trying to get patents to try to control Bitcoin. Luckily, they failed. I think over 100 times, 100 and something times, they tried to get the patent on it. But anyways, this did happen here. Major banks banned cryptocurrency purchases on credit cards. Okay, I have mixed feelings on this one. Okay, really, you probably shouldn't be racking up debt to invest in cryptos. You should never invest with debt, using debt, unless it's a sure thing. And with cryptocurrencies, guys, as we know, it's very, very volatile. So you shouldn't do that. I'm a little bummed because I used my credit card. I can't anymore. But the main reason is I wanted my currency right then, and I got cash back. But now they're just either banning them or they're charging you a cash advance fee. A lot of people thought that was Coinbase doing that. No, that's the credit card companies. And so all the major ones pretty much have now banned it or did the cash advance fee. And I think there's more to come from that. And they're going to do whatever measures they possibly can. Who knows what's next as far as that goes. But we'll move on. Okay, U.S. regulators to back more oversight of virtual currencies. Man, it just keeps going on and on and on, right? And so I could keep going on here. This is from Reuters. Digital currencies such as Bitcoin demand increased oversight and may require a new federal regulatory framework. The top U.S. Market regulators will tell lawmakers at congressional hearing on Tuesday. So this is the big thing in the news, right? And I was going to play a clip for you guys. Got that guy from Fast Money, but I was just like, I'll spare him. But basically, what he's saying is, hey, this is going to be great. We're going to get some clarity on the regulatory framework and how all this is going to work. And this is going to allow the big institutional money to say, okay, yeah, we were unsure before, but now we're going to get into the game. All right. Okay, so first off, guys, I want to show you this right here, okay? And by the way, if you go on to read this article here, basically what's going on is they're not going to set any new regulations. They're just going to testify in front of the Senate Banking Committee, okay? And maybe give some suggestions, tell them what role they've been playing, what they've been doing, and there's no decisions going to be made at the end of this, okay? So what Brian Kelly was saying, it's just a bunch of bull crap. It's not going to all of a sudden, oh, okay, green light, all the institutional money is going to start pouring in. What I do believe is going to happen is either one of two things. You know, so far the media has really, I mean, come on, guys. They've been telling us to buy Ripple at $3, right? Buy Bitcoin all the way up to $20,000, $18,000, $19,000, okay? Then, once it dips, they've been telling us sell, 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 sell. It's the bubble popped, you know, pushing the price down, spreading all kinds of FUD. And I'm getting to my point here in just 1 second, guys. But I believe and there's a bigger part to the story that I think a lot of us, let me see if I can move myself out of the way here, okay? So, alright, here is Bitcoin, alright? Here is Bitcoin on January 29th. Okay, that's when this last just run down started, alright? January 29th. Now, let's pull up the stock market. This is the S&P 500. The other ones are going to look similar. I think the S&P 500 is down like 4% just today. Alright. Over $1 trillion left the stock market in under a week. Right? Or last week. Okay? Not including today, I don't think. But they're down another 2-3% today. Okay? I believe last week was right around, don't quote me on this, guys, but it was over 3%. I think 3.5%, just short of 4%, something like that. Okay. Anyways, let's see where this. January 29th. It's interesting. Could be a coincidence, right? January 29th. Here, switch back to Bitcoin. January 29th. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. January 29th. Okay. January 29th is the first leg down. Okay. So what am I getting at here, guys? There is news that's going to come out tomorrow. Alright. And there's two ways that this could go. Alright. I believe what is happening is that these bankers, possibly governments, definitely the richest guys in the world. So if you all the media that we consume is owned by 6 companies only, okay? So they're all in cahoots, I believe. And man, they've realized that cryptocurrencies are the way of the future. Many banks are going to try to come out with their own, but of course they want to profit however they can, right? And so they can spread all this fear, FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? And they can force the price down. I think, okay, and guess what, guys? They didn't just realize, oh, the stock market's crashing on the 29th. They knew that this was coming, right? It's very, very obvious. You saw a big uptick in inflation a couple of weeks ago. I mean, big time. The writing has been on the wall for quite a while. And so, basically, what they started doing, guys, is they wanted to try to force the price down as far as they can. Now, one of two things is going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow, they might come out and say, oh, well, things are looking bad for crypto. Oh, they're going to regulate. Guys, no laws are being passed. There's no regulations being passed tomorrow. But the news, the media, there's going to be all these stories that come out one way or another. It's either going to be positive or negative. If it's positive, then we know that, you know, the bottom is in my opinion, guys. Nothing I'm saying here is financial advice, by the way. Please do your own research. Consult your financial advisor if you want to. But do your own research, right? DYOR. But in my opinion, if they come out with positive news, that simply just means that the bottom is in, right? They're signaling everybody else to buy. They've already been buying. They're going to buy it, you know, as close to the bottom as they possibly can, probably the exact bottom, because these guys have enough money to force the markets back up whenever they get ready. What I think is more likely in my opinion. I don't know, okay? But what I feel is more likely is they're going to try to push this market down even further so that they can accumulate even more Bitcoin and Ethereum and some of these others for even less money, okay? And what I would tell you guys is, me personally, I'm not going to tell you guys to do anything. Me personally, I'm going to be accumulating more. So right now, I am cashed out. I cashed out completely out of the markets when Bitcoin was about $8,000, okay? And so, wish I would have cashed out earlier, but I cashed out at 8,000, right? And I started putting these pieces together, really, especially when I noticed the stock market and this lined up, and I started thinking, about all, them hyping it up on the way up and then spreading on the FUD on the way down to push the prices down lower. Guys, to me, it's pretty obvious what's going on here. They want to buy it cheap. They want to profit from you on the way up, okay, because they got in before us, right? Before many of us. And guess what? After it hit the top, they sold, and then they want to spread all the FUD they possibly can on the way down. And am I saying that all this U.S. regulation talk is nonsense? No, of course not. The governments are going to regulate this. I wish they wouldn't, but of course they're going to, right? And so, but the question is, how much are they going to regulate? I do think it is true that once we do get those regulations, that yes, we will see more institutional money, okay? But it's not going to be as a result of, just a few guys getting together and them testifying in front of the Senate Banking Committee. I don't think that's going to do it for most of these big money, big institutional investors, okay? The big banks are going to start pouring money until they have, some pretty concrete, at least deals behind the scenes. That's probably what's going to happen. They'll have some deals behind the scenes and some guarantees behind the scenes and say, okay, let's go ahead and jump in, and then the public will know after they've secured their positions, okay? And so, guys, I'll leave you with this. The number one advice I could give you is, do not make your investment decisions based on what everybody else is saying, okay? If you get some kind of news or hot tip, right, guess what? Just assume that everybody else has already heard it. It's that's already baked into the price, okay? And that's why many people you see, they buy the hype and then they sell the news, right? And so, because a lot of inexperienced people who do not know that hear the news, they say, oh, I'm going to go buy. And then guess what? That's who those guys who are already in are selling to. So that's just the way it works, guys. Again, this is Zach. I'm with Crypto Building Blocks, guys. You can follow us on Twitter at Crypto Building Blocks. You can come check us out at cryptobuildingblocks.com or cryptobuildingblocks.io. Take you to the same place. Me and my partner Ben Mercer have been doing some work on this. Guys, we're new to this space. I really, really appreciate your support. If you like this video and you like content like this, please share this. Please give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I've got more videos coming out to you very, very soon. Thanks, guys. Hope you have an awesome day.